Hello, Goddess, and welcome to this week's Thankful to Thrive Thursday. My name is Rochelle Richard, and if you are new to my channel, here at Empowerment Experiences, we are looking for and finding our power all along this, which is our self-love empowerment journey. And here, of course, at Empowerment Experiences, we have discovered ourselves to be on a healing twin flames journey as well. Just as Empowerment Experiences was divinely guided and inspired, so has been healing twin flames. And what an adventure that has been, right? A never ending, or as I like to say, a perpetual going and growing self-love empowerment journey. Looking for and finding your power through learning to love that which is yourself. That was fun. It has been such a wild ride this week, Goddess. Such a wild ride. I keep hearing a lot of the more things change, the more they stay the same. I keep hearing that in my mind the past couple days. And this is why discernment is so vital, is that in order to really truly be thriving and to be thankful to be thriving, thus Thankful to Thrive Thursday, that's what we tend to be in the energy of for these empowerment messages or intuitive readings. I like to call them empowerment messages because that's what I'm bringing forth, our messages of empowerment here. Therefore, in order to really be thriving, it is about becoming more and more conscious, becoming more and more aware, which means to be honing such superpowers as discernment, as clarity, as intention, right? And attention, what you're giving your attention to, and so many more things, right? Really recognizing that you are the catalyst in your experience here, all right? That it is a choice to rise and thrive on your journey, or allow yourself to be sucked so far down into that abyss of that dark night of the soul, however many, whichever one you're on right now, right? Because we will have countless ego deaths, and those ego deaths are what precipitate dark nights of the soul that we go through, where it's this whole darkened, I'm seeing the dark forest, you know, where you can barely see the yellow brick road on the Wizard of Oz, right? It's very dark and it's scary, right? We're in that dark space. We are looking for our power in that space. Okay, and when we find it, we come out into the light, right? Things seem so much brighter. And that is, again, what this power of discernment is about, is being able to discern what is your truth and what is not your truth, what is aligned with you and what isn't, to feel your way through this abyss and recognize that that which is pulling you down, that's not you, right? You are a limitless being, infinite love and light. There are no bounds except for the ego itself. The ego is the prison in a lot of ways. It's the thing that creates the prison that holds us hostage within ourselves and keeps us from rising and thriving. You're not good enough. It'll never work out for you. What are you thinking? Everything's going wrong. I mean, right now, believe me, sister, I can say that my entire world is crumbling. I always I'm hearing Bruce Almighty a lot right now, Jim Carrey. The bedrock is eroding beneath me, and I gotta watch my throat. I gotta watch my throat right now because that's been it's a very out of body experience, having a persistent cough I've had for 2 weeks now, and it just built up, and especially when I was led to discover what had transpired in my counterpart's realm over there, it was like, whoa, like the cough became exponentially more. And again, any physical manifestation, any physically manifested expression of the body is actually underlying energetic work that your soul is basically letting you know you need to do. So that said, Goddess, I know for me, with where I am and what's going on, we are breaking cycles. We are closing out these timelines. We are, being brought back around in this spiral. And even though it feels like we're ascending higher, even though it feels like we are diving so low, we're still ascending, because as you dive deep and you clear that out of you, you lighten the load, right? As you clear and close these karmic cycles, these timelines, you're releasing that heavy energy. You're releasing the burden, right? And I just caught the 555 on my ticker, just saying being intentional about what you're creating here. That's again the power of discernment. There's just right now that word is very profound, very powerful. Discernment, being able to discern what is aligned with you and what isn't. This is how we break these karmic cycles. This is how we officially close out those timelines. Because in this spiral, even though again it feels like you're going deep, what it is, it's kind of like that, the final, in the sense of here's your final exam, and it's like everything, and it's really intense, and it's a lot of weight, and it's a lot of pressure. But the key is, have you learned it? What you've been learning, have you actually learned what you've been being taught, to the degree that you can actually say, oh, I know the answer to that question. Boom, easy peasy, right? I know this now, right? And that's exactly what happens when we come back around with these cycles. And that's what has been happening. Why especially perhaps the divine feminines, why we have been having people, memories, experiences, things, places, things coming out of the woodwork from our past, from long ago, lessons, experiences, kinds of, like right now, again, having a cough for me is so out of body. It's so unlike me, because I'm a pretty healthy person. Admittedly though, with this last year and everything, I've definitely had gotten more into preservative-based foods and, with the whole chaos of the last 2 years. And that's all of this is we're, again, clearing out these and shifting back, truly back into the knowing and anchoring that knowing that this is what is aligned with me. This is the me that I'm stepping into. I am no longer aligned with the, the sleeping in, the not doing yoga, whatever these things, or I'm no longer aligned with, in the indulgent space of going out and having candy. Like recently, I went with my 4.5-year-old little buddy that I watch every Monday and sometimes on Saturdays. And on Saturday, there's a candy store called Sweeties out here that's open. It's not open on Monday, thank goodness. So we don't want to make that a habit, but we went, and I hadn't been in that store in ages. And we went a couple Saturdays ago, and I actually bought some of these things and these candies and stuff. And I realized that I don't really do this. I don't enjoy this, right? So that said, it is about breaking these cycles once and for all, really being given the opportunity to see very clearly, like very succinct, that no, not just no, but fuck no, I don't want that. And that is what these karmic cycles are that have come back around, that you're closing out, to finally say once and for all, assertively, decisively, no, I do not want that. I want that. That's the key. You cannot just say, no, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that, because you're pointing, that's where your power is going though. It's going to what you don't want. So that's why you get more of that. Instead, it's going, oh, I know I sure as fuck do not want that, but shit yes, hell yes, want that. And then pivoting and focusing on yes, I want, yes, I want, yes, I love, yes, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to experience that, and really aligning with that, right? It's this wild ride. So yes, Goddess, we are in that space, as we already know, to really be in that thriving energetic space. You've got to be letting go of the beliefs, these habit patterns, these cycles, these karmic cycles of things that are not aligned, these things that are weighing you down and holding you back from really truly rising and thriving on your journey. It's time to let them go once and for all. And like I said, that's why they're coming up. That's why they're so intense. Some of them is because you're at a master level in a lot of these karmic cycles. And therefore, that's why you're going to be sitting there going, what the fuck is going on? It's like all hell's breaking loose. It's because it is. It's like that very end of the exorcism, when the demon is just about to be cast out, it fights the most because he knows the battle is already lost for him, right? And so the same can be said for your karmic cycles. When something comes back around and you're like, what the fuck? I was sure I learned this lesson. This time around, it's that full integration of it. It's the affirming, like I said, hell yes, I want that, and fuck no, I don't want that, but hell yes, I want that. Always going back to the hell yes. Don't focus on the fuck no. You want to focus on the hell yes, okay? All right. Excuse me. Apologies. Thank you so much for continuing to tune into this video. I appreciate you. Even as, again, this is, Let's leave my water handy dandy right there, please and thank you. So grateful for water. Yeah. So in continuation of closing out these karmic cycles right now with all this intensity, what else do we need to know? We divine feminines need to know. As I said, increasing that awareness. Just being aware so that you can discern. You can discern that, that is the closing out of the cycle. I am aware that I'm closing out this cycle. That's why it's so intense. And I had a soul sister, one of my soul families. See, a lot of my soul family, some of their heads are really up in the clouds. Like, I am the bridge. I'm a bridge, so to speak. I've been called an illuminator. I am that person that can guide you from just waking up, just coming out of that plugged into the matrix and realizing the entire system has been against you and pretty much everything's a lie and all of those things. But that first dark night of the soul of realizing that everything you thought life was isn't. Everything you thought you were, you're not. That is what happens. That is the ego death. It is the dying of the perceptions and limitations and beliefs that the ego has possessed about itself. These attachments, right? Attachments to our stories, attachments to labels, attachments to people, attachments to things, places, all such things. It's being aware attachment, because those attachments, that's what perpetuates these cycles. This is why right now we have a special EWR that I am opening up. You are able to come. You can have a 2-week trial period with my EWR All Access Pass. It's a limited trial period. You don't get access to the video courses. However, you can participate in the group events for the 2-week stretch. And I usually run everything a full week, then a week off, a week on, a week off. So you would get that full week with the 2-week experience. That said, we have planned a special really focused on detachment and how to recognize that you're closing out these timelines, how you are closing, how to close these timelines, right? These karmic cycles and be done with them. So really stoked about that. It is looking like we will be doing that next Tuesday. the 23rd, so 2 days before Thanksgiving. Comment below, or come join the Goddess Tribe, the free Goddess Tribe on Telegram. We talk about it often. We're going to be talking about it even more often because yours truly has been going and growing through her own things. And it's been very much getting clear on, even at a deeper level, how I can serve you, what my why is, really amplifying and honing my own gifts. All right. That said, awareness, goddess awareness of these cycles that are, keeping you from shifting into thriving, the negative thought patterns and such, really recognizing again that you are a goddess. Anything that is keeping you from stepping into this true self, this is the thriving version of you. This is the thriver within you, is the goddess self within you. But you have to get out of your own way and allow yourself to see the goddess that you are. That's the key. Breaking, again, these karmic cycles of beliefs and habit patterns that keep you separated from your true self. Being aware of these cycles and habit patterns that are keeping you separated from your true self, because those are the very same things. Remember, this twin flame journey, the only way to ever come into union with your divine counterpart is by coming home to union within. The way to come into union with your twin is through coming home to union within, meaning coming into union within yourself, coming back to you, because your twin is you. But it's through our ego attachment, our obsession, our need to possess something that we get hung up, and we go seeking for our counterpart outside of ourselves. When in actuality, all of the work that you need to be doing is inside you. The goddess, your power, everything, it's inside you. And it's, again, breaking these cycles, being aware of the cycles that exist and persist within you that keep you focused where your power isn't, especially if you're focusing on your divine masculine all the time. Speaking of, I just caught the 1717, and right now 1717 is becoming a number. It's very intriguing. And that's definitely something that I'm so excited about with because we know 17 is definitely a major number in the twin flame, just the number period, 17, 717, 1717. The 17 is a twin flame number. So with everything I've endured and with all the wisdom and even deeper understanding that I have of the self-love empowerment journey, and of course the twin flame journey and what's going on here and everything, it's just, I'm so stoked that, turning your pain into passion, that's what we are. We're transmuters, we're alchemizers. And oh man, I've had my 7-day self-love empowerment challenge, and I have my free twin flame confirmation checklist. It's an empowerment checklist. What I've been led to do, I'm so excited, is create a 17-day twin flame self-love empowerment challenge that includes the confirmation checklist. It is just this all, again, that's where I'm getting, is really streamlining and creating for you accessibility to all of the things that I have tried and embraced and refined for myself in my own self-love empowerment journey. And I'm now bringing to you through, and these are the things that are free, the free confirmation checklist, the free challenge. And I'm merging them in, I'm bringing into union my two most popular free downloads and creating this I'm very eager to get back to it. It's something that's so amazing. And so it will be coming. It may be right after Thanksgiving that I'll launch this. So stay tuned. And it's a perpetual giveaway. So there's more coming to that, because again, breaking the cycles, being aware of the cycles that need breaking to be stepping into your goddess self. And I know even more who this is in me, who I am, and why I'm here, what I'm here to do, It's so amazing when you possess that awareness to get yourself through from that breakdown to that breakthrough, right? And saying this too shall pass, this is temporary, because it is all about your journey of expansion. You are coming here to learn, grow, expand, and ascend. And this expansion is all encompassing of your understanding, of your growth. Words don't teach. Only life experience gives understanding. And so we must go through what it is we're going through, because we're growing through it, right? We're expanding our understanding of ourselves and this experience around us. Water. Okay. So, do we have, I was just about ready to say, do we have any more for our divine feminines from that deck? And we do. Wow. It's time to be taking that inspired action, to be claiming your freedom from these cycles, because that's all it is. The only prison that you ever actually live in is the one you create in your own mind. And I know I need that reminder. Woo! And I watched what happened the end of last week when I was divinely led to discover that my divine masculine succumbed to the barbaric. Sorry, not sorry, but they are barbaric to me. You force your child, you're literally forcing them to marry someone they don't want to be with. You're forcing them to then have sex with someone they don't want to be with. You're forcing them to have babies and children and a whole lot. My mind, and sorry, not sorry, but it's not justification enough to say, oh, that's just, there is no justification. I can't fathom that degree of parental manipulation. I digress, though. I could be on that subject for a momentito. But this is what it takes for your freedom, is you have to take that inspired action. You have to follow that. You have to tune into that. You have to be aware, again, of the cycles that are keeping you from stepping into your goddess self, from truly expanding, and then take the appropriate action to free yourself from those. That is how you shift into this thankful to thrive energetic space. I love how this tells this whole story. Breaking the cycles through awareness that you are a goddess who is on a journey of expansion, taking the inspired action necessary to free herself from the prison of her own mind, from the prison of her own ego. Oh, I love that. That was a lot of fun there. I'm just gonna say, I'm just gonna point that out. That was fun. There we go. Oh my goodness, that was great. Let me grab another drink here. Because here's the thing, I can clearly see this is exactly this exact process right here over the weekend. You're right, taking the necessary action to love myself through what was happening, right? What was unfolding, to choose to respond, to, again, choose what was necessary to just disconnect where I could. I reached out to who I thought, but then it's that space of going, more and more having the moment that really you're just supposed to feel what you're feeling and be where you are and allow it to purge and process through you, through and out of you. All right, since this one popped up, wow. Break the chain, which right here, breaking the cycles. This is, wow. Excuse me. Wow, that really amplified that right there. Breaking the chain, rewriting the future, healing. That is exactly what this Thankful to Thrive Thursday is all about. Breaking the chains, goddess. Freeing yourself from these cycles that are stopping you from becoming your true goddess self. wow. Wow. Like, this is wow. Do we have any more that we goddesses need to know from the Work Your Light deck? And looky there, we just got a whole little stack that just flipped itself over. Let's go through them one by one. Boom. You go first. There's the action. Taking that inspired action. Follow the little nudges, goddess. Follow the little niggles within you. So it's time to stop putting yourself in a box. Nobody puts baby in a corner, right? Especially baby. So stop letting yourself be put in a corner, especially by your own ego, right? It's time for you to come out of that cave that you're putting yourself in. Remember, you're here to free yourself. So take that inspired action for this journey of expansion, becoming more and more the goddess that you are through the awareness necessary to break the cycles and patterns that are keeping you chained to your past, to your karmic cycles. So take that leap and come out of that. Express yourself, right? Boundaries with yourself. Again, breaking cycles of disrespecting your boundaries. In particular, your energetic boundaries. Not just with others, but with yourself. Because if you don't respect your own boundaries, how can anybody else? Again, a major cycle, because especially in the twin flame dynamic, your counterpart is going to mirror everything back to you. If you have no respect for yourself and for your own boundaries, you better believe neither is he. You better believe. So, fill up your well. This is what we do again when we're going through these major shifts, these major transformative spaces. When we are breaking these cycles, this is what is necessary, right? To retreat, to rest, to refuel, to hold that space for yourself. This is the encompassment of what is necessary for facilitating this with as much ease as possible. The power is up to you, goddess. It is in your hands. The decision, that's what I'm saying. The choice is up to you. The power is in your hands. All right? So remember, true love begins within, from where it expands outward to envelop, encompass, and embrace those around us. That is my own quote, divinely guided. Thank you very much. Because imagine filling your cup so full that it overflows into others around you, and you don't have to rely on someone else to fill your cup, because you have taken that responsibility, which then gives you the ability to respond to your environment and others around you. You don't need from them. You've already taken that responsibility for yourself. So, that said, right now, again, where we are with the divine masculine and in my own journey, like, it's just, woo, it threw me for a moment. Look at the divine masculine. There is so much mirroring happening right now, and has been for the past couple weeks. It may not feel like it, but I assure you it is. He's learning the same lessons. Freedom. You have to free yourself. Freedom. He has to free himself from the same karmic cycles. This is exactly where the counterparts are right now, is in claiming their freedom, declaring their freedom, freeing themselves from these cycles. And I love, this is one of my favorite cards in this deck, because I have said so often that I am an eagle flying above the earth, and I never really realized that in actuality I am a Pegasus. Like that, my animal, my spirit animal is a Pegasus. Land and air. I can fly, and through the eyes of an eagle, or even a Pegasus in flight. A Pegasus in flight is you have the ability to see this such a broad perspective. You're not in this tunnel vision. You're more in the ability of viewing the world as a butterfly rather than as a caterpillar, right? You are not stuck to the ground, but rather you again have this expanded perspective of your experience, of your journey, of this world. So right now, again, in lucky number 13, I was always, my entire life, even though the Matrix attempted to convince me that Friday the 13th, that number 13 was a bad number, it was very unlucky. I gotta admit, Goddess, my entire life, Friday the 13th have been one of my luckiest days ever. So I love when I see the number 13, and clearly there is a reason, and I'm looking down and it's 31 is my main minute. So the mirror, 31, 13 we have going on right now. So I'm very curious. I don't think we have ever had angel number 13 in here. So I'm so curious for the Divine Masculine, what he has to say to us, what he's sharing with us in terms of where they are, the Divine Masculine energies. And so clearly number 13 is the Divine Masculine. Let's just have a look, see here. And what was the other number that had come up? It will come to me. It will come to me. Oh, 1717, which I don't have that. However, I'm going to look. But I swore there was another one. I digress. I will go back through the video unless it comes to me. So, angel number 13. Wow. Challenging times are improving. Focus on good. Turn your problems into power. What you put out is what you get back. That again is this karmic cycles, paying attention, being aware, discerning, right? Being in that discernment space. I'm really blown away that the discernment card didn't appear, but I feel that because I'm already on that right now, it's very connected to awareness, being aware and thus able to discern and take that intentional action, that inspired intentional action. Fear is an illusion, false evidence appearing real. And I love this. Face everything and rise. Fear is an absence of love. Choose love. So just as we have to choose our freedom, right? Even right here, it says, choose your freedom, claim your independence. You are the only one that can set yourself free. And the more the Divine Feminine steps into this energy, her goddess liberated energy, the more he steps into his masculine, his divine masculine energy, his God self energy. Okay? So I love that. I love that number 13, freedom from the Divine Masculine. Does the Divine Masculine have any or not anything more to say to us, to ask of us? What exactly? Oh. Wow, right now. Wow, Goddess. Expansion. Freedom. I just the mirroring right now. I feel like I'm on repeat today. I've been doing this. The mirroring right now. 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 Like normally that drives me nuts, kind of. But at the same time, today it's just that's where it is. It's like it's just broadcasting that, This is what's going on. This is what's going on. Oh my goodness, this is what's going on. What? Wow. So we have the freedom card, we have the expansion, and that's exactly what, again, this is where he is exactly where you are. It may not, of course, look the same in the context of each of your individual lives. However, the underlying energies, the underlying lessons, the underlying cycles that are being broken, the timelines that are being closed, the claiming of the freedom, the choosing of the freedom, that is the path where we are, because that is the path of expansion, is the path of liberation, liberating yourself from all of these restrictions and limitations that keep you trapped in the perceptions of who you thought you were, but you are not. The perception of who you thought you were, but you're not, right? And same with your divine masculine. Like I said, it may appear on the surface that you guys are just so not on the same page. I'm here to tell you right now, yeah, you are. You are on the exact, you cannot make this shit up. You just can't. You just can't make this up. So right now, this is where we are. Goddess, I love this. I love this. So you, again, the divine feminine is the leading energy. Therefore, you are to and that's why, of course, I always lead with the divine feminine in these. And it was so, again, divinely led that these are now kind of like the divine masculine messages in that regard for these particular intuitive readings or AKA empowerment messages, as I call them. But that's the thing, Goddess, is you are the leader. So you are the one here being shown here that you've got to be taking this action, because see, notice, there's a reason why the action card is in between expansion and freedom, because you are that action. You are, and it's tuning into your intuition. It's taking the inspired action, not forcing it, not from ego, not from fear, not from lack. Because all of that is karmic cycles. All of that is limitations, right? That is the antithesis to freedom. So it's about taking the action that aligns you with this freedom. Oh, I just love today's. This is just, I love this shit. I love it. Okay. That said, Goddess, oh my goodness, I really was intrigued. 555, that was the number that popped up. Let's just have a little sneak-a-peek-a-doo at 555 again, which I know that's a fairly common number. Changes are coming, embrace and allow the changes, which, breaking of the cycles and things that happens. Let go of what no longer serves you. That again is the breaking of these cycles. You are creating your reality. Personal freedom. Wow. Personal freedom is the number 555. Non-attachment and individualism, or non-attachment also to mean detachment. So not being attached to things, which especially includes, don't be attached to your divine masculine, because there is ego attachment versus soul connection. They are two very different things. All right. One comes from lack, the other from abundance. One from the ego, the other from the soul. One from control, the other from surrender, right? And it's fairly simple to figure out which those are. So that said, wow. So angel numbers 13 and 555. 13 very much coming from the divine masculine energies. And just remember, Goddess, you are the one that has the power in you to achieve whatever it is you desire in your life. And I know I am one of those individuals. I am one of those guides that has appeared in your life to assist you with this. Someone who has been on this journey. And again, I truly, genuinely feel for you goddesses out there who don't have the foundation of being a self-love empowerment coach going through this twin flame journey. I the twin flame journey in and of itself is excruciating as it is. But that's why you hear me say that a self-love or a twin flame journey is a self-love empowerment journey on steroids, because it is. It's very much, very, very, very much. However, it is the very thing that is going to just empower you to fully be cracked open to have all your shit laid out. So you can break all of those cycles, free yourself to truly expand into the goddess that you really are. Man, so stoked. Anyway, as I mentioned, new exciting things are on the way I'm so stoked about this project. Still, in terms of how I can really serve you, I do offer 30 and 75-minute one-on-one sessions, which are my most popular. I have just launched my Empowered with Rochelle All Access Pass, as I have mentioned that as well, which is access to all of my video courses, but especially, excuse me, in the group container of, we do at least a half a dozen almost Zoom meetings every month, from your challenge sessions, which are the actual group coaching sessions, Empowered with Rochelle, to manifesting moon rituals, goddess parties. There's a vision board experience coming up that I've got to be letting you all know about more. Again, there's so much. I'm so excited. Anyway, that said, to really kind of get the latest on all of this, come join my Goddess Tribe on Telegram. Follow my Healing Twin Flames channel on Telegram. I am working on building that up as well. As such, here on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and definitely comment on this video. I'd love to hear from you, even if it's just an emoji. You're dropping by, let me know you were here. I'll certainly reply. Although I did have an instance where YouTube wouldn't show me the comment. Excuse me, I have fixed that. That said, all of this, all of a sudden, a more intense coughing tells me it's time to be done. I remind you that the power to create any reality that you desire, Goddess, the power to heal, the power to shift, to change, to transmute, to expand, all of this, it is in your hands. Because it has always been inside you. Namaste.